Now is a customer pick. There are 33 reviews and 26 perfect 5-star reviews.
And I've never sold this coin for less than $164.95 till right here, right now, $129.95. I have 6 dozen coins. That's exactly.
Yeah.
Out of 8,195, I have 72 coins left. So we've sold 8,123. Okay, so we've sold 81, because these are first day of issues, exclusive to us here at HSN. Still give you the red oak presentation box in the wooden window box right here. PR70 certified, absolutely perfect. This is the West Point Mint Proof American Silver Eagle that you see right here. There you go,
oh,
West Point Mint, isn't that spectacular? The most popular American Eagle produced every year is the Proof Silver Eagle, eagerly anticipated. We're hoping to have this year's, excuse me folks, at the end of September. Normally it was released January 1. They're doing a special 30th anniversary with all kinds of edge lettering and all kinds of special stuff. It's not going to be released until the end of September. We will have it. I would start checking the website right at September 29th for us to get this. So, but here, 2 minutes left. Customer pick at $164.95. Now this is, do not confuse this with a Mint State or regular American Silver Eagle. This is the proof version. And understand, and the way you can always tell that is you look for the mint mark. When the United States government puts a mint mark on it, that makes it a special presentation silver coin. That's a special presentation silver coin, and they are limited. So in other words, the 2015 Mint State Silver Eagle, this coin is approximately 40 times rarer. 40 times rarer than that coin. And I've got it certified PR70 perfect. Now in coin collecting, as in any collecting, the single most important determining factor of value is what? Condition. The higher the grade, the more it's worth. And in coin collecting, we grade on a 70-point scale. So this coin is absolutely, positively perfect. It is first day of issue annex. There's only 8,195 of these in the world. Every single one of them has been sold exclusively here on HSN, unless someone bought it from us and resold it, obviously at more than what they paid for it, I'm assuming. But at $129.95, I'd sold 8,100 plus. We had 6 dozen, which is 3 boxes of them that we somehow found. And I said, well, you know, we never price break this kind of thing. Let's go ahead and try this for the 72 people and now 48 people that are left on this. We're going to give you the opportunity to own a Proof American Eagle in first day of issue 70 at I think probably the lowest price I've done in 10 or 12 years.
Yes.
Red oak presentation box. I'm sure this is sold out. We've only got a couple dozen.